Light and lovely, a lemon cake is a beautiful thing. But wait until you try my lemon cupcake tops. They are over the top. The best of both worlds, lemon cake and lemon frosting. But let me start with the cake. These are like cake cookies, which leaves more room for the frosting. I have half a cup of unsalted butter that I've softened to room temperature, and I'll add to that 3/4 of a cup of sugar. So you want to beat the butter and sugar well first. Oh, but before I do that, let's not forget the lemon. Just like with my lemon loaf cake, I like to add the zest early on, so that way flavor builds in. You still need the full zest of 1 lemon here. Give this a good blend for a couple minutes. Now it's time to add the eggs, 1 at a time. And I'll beat this in first. And now, second egg, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. It's a really moist cake cookie recipe, and the key ingredient for that is the sour cream. I need half a cup, and you do have to use full-fat sour cream. That way you know the cupcake tops will hold their shape. And in addition to this, I'll stir in 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Working the lemon juice into the sour cream makes it blend into the cake batter easily. Okay, now I'm just playing with my food. I'll set that aside. What I'll do is add half of the dry ingredients, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and half a teaspoon of salt. And I'll blend that in before I add the sour cream all at once. In goes the sour cream lemon juice mixture. Nice fluffy batter. And you can pipe the batter. I've just got a large plain tip here. And this recipe makes about 2 dozen cupcake tops. Kind of a perfect amount for a birthday party. And you want to pipe them straight down. And in this form, it almost looks like the topping, the frosting on top of a cupcake. But they will spread out as they bake, leaving a beautiful amount of space to put on the lemon frosting. Using a piping bag, you get a little peak where you lifted the piping tip. So just dip your finger in a little water and just push down the little tip. That way, when your cookies bake, they'll be perfectly rounded to hold that lemon frosting. And these only take 12 to 15 minutes in a 325 oven. You check their doneness by lifting one of the cake cookies. If it comes off the paper easily, then you know it's done. When I cool the cupcake tops, I let them cool on the baking tray. It looks exactly like the top of a cupcake, but it also makes it easy to pick up and eat. This is textbook cupcake frosting, butter and icing sugar. I've got my half a cup of unsalted butter here that's softened to room temperature, and the first thing I'm going to do is whip it up. Now for the icing sugar, and I've sifted 3 cups. So I start by adding a generous cup and then beating that in first. Start on low speed when you're working in your icing sugar, and then once it's mixed in, you can increase the speed. There's still more to add, starting with 2 tablespoons of whipping cream and a tablespoon of lemon juice. I'll also add a teaspoon of vanilla. Now we have to bulk it up and fluff it up. So I'll add another cup of icing sugar. You want to whip it for about 2 to 3 minutes. Just get that air in there that lends structure and just a beautiful fluffiness. And, of course, I want to pipe on the frosting so they look just like cupcakes. So I'll use a star tip in my piping bag to pipe these. Same rules as piping on top of a cupcake. This is the way I do it. Just pipe a nice ring of frosting on. Now, compared to a regular cupcake, that's what? 3 to 1 cake to frosting? This is more like a 1 to 1 ratio. And And what's better on top of a cupcake or a cupcake top than sprinkles? So you want to put these on while the frosting is still soft. Once you let these set for a little bit, they get that nice sort of sweet crust on the outside. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? And there you have it, a beautiful combination of lemon frosting on a cupcake top. This would be perfect for a special occasion. Thank you for watching this recipe from the Anna Olson archives. I do hope I've inspired you to use the recipe that's below in the description. Please let us know about your cooking and baking adventures in the comments below. And of course, you want to like this video. And remember, there's more great recipes coming your way.